Hey everyone, in this video we are going to create a fun little character on the iPad using Adobe Fresco just by adding some old style cartoon features to everyday objects, just like I did with this gear knob. Let's do it. As this is a car art channel, I'm going to be basing my character on a piston and conrod to create a happy little dude that I can use as part of a future logo. First up, we need some reference material. Here's my sketch pad with a page of different features all done in the same style. Eventually I'll upload this sheet to my website. Did I mention I was building a website? It's coming, but maybe later in the month, maybe next month. And you'll be able to download this as a PDF. And there's going to be loads of other resources on there that'll be free that you can just use that will connect to all the videos. Well, I'll leave a link in the description when it becomes available. For now though, you might just want to pause the video and take a screen grab of this if you want to use this. So now we have our cartoon reference material out of the way, we need our object. So let's get going with my favourite mechanical pencil, the Staedtler 0.5 using 2B lead, and we'll sketch something up for Fresco. I'm going to add as much detail as I can to make the digital part that much easier, and I'm also going to pull up some reference images of pistons and conrods to make the process easier still. I'm also going to go to time-lapse as I can't yet talk and draw at the same time. In fact, I struggle doing either of those things on their own sometimes, so no chance doing them together. While I'm sketching out the piston, it'll give me a good opportunity to talk to you about future videos planned for the next few weeks and the aforementioned website and what you can expect from it. I'm in the process of building the site. I've wanted one set up for about 6 months now, but it's only just recently I feel I'm finding my feet a bit with making videos and putting these projects together. So now is the right time for that. It'll feature blog versions of the videos, including screenshots, and will include any resources and finished files should you want to download them to help you with your own projects or follow along with these videos. I want to include my viewers and subscribers on the site too, so there may be an element where you can upload your own work if you've created your own work from the videos, but that might come a little later. Of course, I'll be offering my own sticker and logo design services, as well as more involved vector art. I'm also looking at other ways you lot can benefit from the site in the future. I don't want it to be just all about what I'm doing. As of making this video, I'm heading towards 500 subscribers, which in big old YouTube land isn't much, but for me that number means a lot. So thanks to everyone who has already hit subscribe. I enjoy making the videos anyway, but seeing the numbers go up every month really motivates me to keep making them. Speaking of making videos, I have a new series coming up where I'll be vectorising movie cars and creating fan art from them with a twist, although some of you might guess what I have planned. You'll have to wait for that, but if there are any movie cars you'd like to see me recreate, drop a message in the comments and I might just add it to my list. As you know, I'm always open to sensible video suggestions in the comments, and I'm putting together a playlist with all the viewers' questions that I've made into videos, and the latest suggestion I've had was asking to look into making one on Signcut Pro 2, so that's in the works for this month, June 2023. Well, it looks like I'm all done with the sketch, so let's take a photo and import it into Adobe Fresco. So here we are with the finished sketch in Fresco. I'm using the iPad Air 5 from 2022 with the Apple Pencil, and I've got a Belmont paper feel screen protector installed. I've had this on for a few weeks. Initially it was incredibly rough and it was producing a little bit of dust, but it's settled down now and it's working really, really nice. Although I've not used any other manufacturers, I think I'm going to stick with Belmont for the near future at least. I've also had the iPad now for a few weeks and it's settled in nicely. I've got used to it a little bit. I'm going to do a full review from an artist's perspective. I know there's 100,000 reviews out there on YouTube already, but I'm going to do it specifically from an art user viewpoint. Although I must say at this stage it's working perfectly. It's actually a pleasure to use. I look forward to jumping on this. So I'll just turn off the light so you can see the screen a little better. And I've purposely chosen objects that kind of lend themselves well to the human form to begin with, as the effect is easier to see. So like the gear stick and piston naturally have a head and a body, so we're already halfway there with what we're trying to achieve. So first up we're going to go around the outside of the object with the pencil, I'm going to select the vector brush, and it's going to create a new vector layer as soon as I start drawing. Now what I want to do is leave loads of overlaps, keep it all nice and smooth. And we can fix all the overlapping areas at the end. I've got the brush set to 30 pixels. Now I'm finding this a little difficult. I usually sit with it on my lap and I manipulate the iPad itself rather than turning the drawing. But that's not going to work very well for the camera. And I might have to think about that for future videos. That's the piston section done. Now I did leave off the face. I was going to draw the face on, but I thought I might try a few different versions. So I didn't want to draw the face on in the sketch phase because it would limit us at this stage. No, not happy with that one. Let's try that one again. A little better. We'll just go around the internal section here. I'm going to change the width of the pen to do all these little details in a second. Now I want to kind of freehand this, but I think Fresco is going to want to make it a perfect circle, which I don't want. I'll have to sort that out in a second. The same again here. Yeah, if you don't know, if you draw like a near shape and just hold, Fresco will pop it into a perfect circle, but I want it to look hand drawn, so that's no good for us on this one. Okay, that about covers it, I think. So now we're going to use the touch modifier, which is down here. You can move it around wherever you want on the screen. So I'm just going to double tap that, so the blue outer ring is illuminated, and that will allow us to chop off all these loose ends. I'll show you the first mode. If I just go back to the blue center, that just works like an eraser. So you can just erase the section. But if you go to the outer ring, it will, whatever you draw through, it will chop off the extremities and leave you with a nice clean edge. And it's really handy. So I'll get rid of all the obvious ones and then we'll come back to do all the others. And you can do as many as you want in one go if you're feeling brave. Okay, not happy with these two down here. I might have to redo those or eliminate them completely. I might just do that, I think. And then we have this little bit to sort out here. If you make a mistake, you just double two-finger press on the screen does your undo. I've got the eraser mode just sets to the same width as your pencil, so it's a little bit thick for fine work, but it's okay for us. Right, so that's the perimeter done. So I'm going to drop the width down to maybe 15. Just take it off eraser mode. That would help. Okay, so I'm going to start at the top. Do this little detail up here. And then what I want is two lines next to each other, but they may be a little bit tricky to do. We'll see how we go. Ooh. I've accidentally undone that, so to redo it, if we go through a 3-finger press, it'll bring it back. Okay, so here's the fun bit. I'm just looking at the space I've got available before we get going, and I think that bottom line is going to be in the way, so I'm just going to take that out, and we can put that back in when we're finished. Now, I want to add some text to this when we're done, and the text is going to influence the expression. So I'm just going to try a few different features and see what kind of works. So I think we'll start with the mouth. I think we'll probably go for that one there. See what we get. I'm just going to fill that with a paint bucket tool. And then we're going to add some eyes, probably something relatively simple. Let's try something like that. Actually, put a little nose in there. See what that looks like. If I do this reverse, if I fill it first and then erase, I think that might work better. Okay, so that changes things a little bit. So let's just erase all that. And try a different one. So we'll probably go with, let's try that mouth. Let's turn off the ruler there. Put like a love heart shape on that. And then use the paint bucket tool to fill the rest. Just see if I can tidy up that little section. Yeah. And then we can put maybe some different style eyes in him. So now we've got the face in place. You can see how you can play around with different features to create different faces, especially if you've got some reference material. So now we're going to look at the arm. I'm not going to do the legs because the arm's essentially the same as the legs, but with a foot instead of a hand. So what I'm going to do is just draw on what they call a bendy hose, and then put the hand on the end. Do something fairly simple. Maybe a 3-finger hand. It's just a little bit big. Just giving us a wave. Okay, so that's essentially the deal. What I'm going to do, I'm really struggling to draw over the top of the microphone and leaning across. So what I'm going to do is erase this guy, erase the face. I'm going to draw this off camera and then come back to you and show you what I've got. I'll see you in a second. How can I draw off camera? This is an art channel, a drawing channel. It's completely ridiculous. So I'm going to have to compromise somehow because I've got nowhere to put this thing. So I need this here and this here, and you guys here somehow. So yeah, might have to compromise and do on camera but no audio. How's that? There we go, it's all done, despite the technical difficulties I had. Here's the end result. I've just added some colour, added some text, and the possibilities are endless. So, I hope you've enjoyed watching this and you've got something out of it. If you have, please do consider giving me a like and a subscribe if you haven't already. And stick around, check out some of my other videos, and I'll catch you in the next one. My name's Dan, and this is Petrol Vectors.